In Mark's mind, nothing works better at lightening the mood than letting one rip.
Because I think initially I was going to stay down there, and then I ended up staying somewhere else because the hotel rates were insane.
Mm.
But man, what a nightmare that.
Sorry. Yeah, it's a nightmare. I'm with you.
I think you'd be surprised.
A few minutes go by and we're having a nice chat. Mark is describing the city where he's from. He's talking about the general demographic, but David steps in to call out that Mark could be offending people with his choice of words.
It's southern, but it's very super progressive, black, gay, but very industrious too, but still kind of.
When you say industrious too,
Well,
I
they
don't
got
know if you-
skyscrapers.
Right. I think you
Is
want to
that the
be
wrong
careful. Yeah, you want to be careful about saying it's got black people and gay people,
Yeah.
and also people who work hard.
Well, I don't mean like that. I mean like it's a
I know
booming
you don't. That's why I'm
metropolis.
Hold up. This is also funny too because of David Cross and his history. Like he used to have a show with what's his name, Better Call Saul. That it was like freaking frankly very offensive back in the days, and now he's like gonna be the arbiter or the white knight of, hey, hold up, buddy, you're a little offensive right now. Yeah, I can see why this might be a little annoying, and then I think maybe also like Mark Norman's like, what the hell are you talking about, dude? You used to do a show, with what's his name? I forgot. I forgot his name. The guy from Nobody. I forgot his name. Bob Odenkirk. There we go. Bob Odenkirk. That they used to do a show that was crazy, like freaking, like it's funny, but it was, it's outdated and people might find it a little bit offensive. But it's still funny regardless. But then now it's like, David, shut the fuck up, bro. Like it's not like you're older now. He's like, things are different now. It's like you gotta be careful now, because they might cancel you because of you saying some crazy shit like that. But maybe also he's trying to be funny in a certain way. Maybe it might be that also sort of thing, right? Because coming from him, it's like it's kind of a funny thing for him to say, knowing who David Cross is.
Clarifying it for the audience.
Yeah.
So
Now, keep this clip in mind. David is obviously very cautious about offending people. He says it as if he has a lot of sensitive viewers who could think that Mark was implying that black and gay people don't work hard. I doubt anyone would arrive at that conclusion, but no worries, let's put that second awkward moment in the past and move on. The conversation picks up nicely again, and by this time Mark is thinking, okay, you know what? We're past the awkwardness, now we're relaxed, the conversation is flowing, at least better than it was before. David is in the middle of making a boring point about Nashville. I couldn't even describe what he was saying, it was so boring. Mark's legs are shaking because the boringness is making him anxious, and so he figures, well, things aren't as bad as they were before, but it's not totally relaxed in here.
Mark Norman shaking his legs doesn't mean also because what David Cross is saying is making him anxious. I shake my leg all the time too. I just have anxiety too. I have to move something. I have to move some sort of limb, right? Have a lot of these freaking unlocked energy that I need to like release, right?
So let's fix that. In Mark's mind, nothing works better at lightening the mood than letting one rip.
because I think initially I was going to stay down there, and then I ended up staying somewhere else because the hotel rates were insane. But man, what a fucking nightmare that.
Sorry. Yeah, it's a nightmare. I'm with you on that one.
I mean, that was a good one.
Oh, we lost Cross. All right. I had an egg wrap earlier. The egg, it'll get you. Sorry, I should have given you some warning there, but I think I tilted it to the right.
If you gave me a warning, I would have said you go out.
That's a good point.
not going to clear.
He was like, hey, man. Chemical warfare right now. Should have told me beforehand that you're about to blow one out. All right. And look, I understand David Cross. He's not comfortable right now with Mark Norman and the way that he is personally, right? Like, it's different if you have a friend that you know for a long time, right? And they fart. You can forgive that. You can forgive them for that. But when you have a guest, a guy who you sort of also don't even remember meeting, right? Like, this is also the thing beforehand, right? Like, he doesn't remember meeting you. And then you just, like, I guess, good friends, like, try to lighten the mood. It's like, some people, I will say, like, if you do that shit in front of me, I'll laugh. All right? I'll laugh at it. But if you do somebody that just hates fart humor or anything like that, they are gonna be so upset about it. And trust me, I've I've had some people like that. I've met some people like that, and they've given me their explanation. It's like, of course, yeah, like, hey, I wouldn't do that to you. Why are you doing that to me? Basically, the bottom line of it is,
Emma out of here. You're the one who needs to go out and fart in your own
Roll it
face.
back.
That's fucking disgusting.
Sorry. Well, I figured you're a comedian.
No,
You like
you
a
don't-
good fart joke.
But that wasn't a joke. It was just a fart.
Well, a fart is
You're a comedian. You'd like a good fart.
a fart is a joke in itself, is it not? It's my butt made a noise.
My
that is true though. That is true though. Like everybody says, comedy's subjective, right? And even you don't have to say a joke like verbally, like vocally. You don't have to say a joke. You can do a joke physically. Like there's also that sort of comedy, right, where you're just like, Charlie Chaplin, for example. You never spoke a word. All he just did was physical humor, right? And you understand that was comedy. But also, yeah, like I think David Cross maybe might be a little too upset about it, and he's taking it too personally, and he's just taking it. He just might be forgetting he's a comedian, right? But I don't know, man. Like I don't really watch David Cross's like a podcast. Like I don't know his threshold on shit, right? But I would say that you guys are both comedians. I guess you should understand that Mark is trying to break you. And this shit really got to him. I think Mark Norman knows how to break him, and I think he's gonna keep poking at it. I don't remember how this video ends, but maybe this might be the sort of the adventure we go into.
guess is Mark was so bored and so over this podcast that I think deep down he was hoping that this would either lighten the mood or David would get offended and tell him to leave. Both those outcomes would be preferred, but sadly David does get offended and sits right back in his chair and keeps the fun podcast rolling. Now personally, I don't find comedians farting very funny unless someone gets offended. Then I'd say it's worth it. That won't be the last time Mark's lack of etiquette.
What? Wait a minute. Good rant. Exposing yourself here a little bit. It's funny because a person, I mean, it's also, yeah, like, of course, if you get somebody to get annoyed by it, it's even more funnier. But the main thing about the fart, it's funny already. And then whoever reacts to it, it makes it even more funnier. That's what makes it even more funnier. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think about that, okay?
Pisses him off. A while later, Mark burps in the middle of a sentence and David is once again offended.
So, and I wouldn't be at the place I'm at now if I didn't.
That's true.
So, yeah.
Well, you're a rare breed where you can do the silly stuff. Well, you can do the stand up, but you can also paint yourself blue.
What the fucking?
That's me.
What?
Did you miss?
He's like asking his assistant, like, what's up with this guy? You got this guy? Did you get this guy as a guest here? What the fuck? I told you specifically, no guys that burp, no guys that fart.
No time or something? What happened? Did you
Bro
not get to
time.
watch the football game yesterday?
I don't watch football.
Well, that's all right. Why don't you start watching football and then you could save all your burps and your farts for the game.
All right, I didn't know
your-
this was tea time over here at the Cross residence.
It's
What is this, Downton Abbey? Huh? Etiquette class? But sorry, it won't happen again. That's the last expel of my body.
here's the thing. It's not that you farted or that you burped. It's not. It's this. And then
Okay, here comes the cope. Right, guys? Here comes the cope, or like the deflection a little bit. Oh!
and then with the and then I
Yeah.
So there's a way to do both of those
I
things.
see.
Yeah.
All right.
Are you an only kid?
No, older brother.
Oh,
I gotta say though, that fart that David Cross did was fucking majestic. That shit just he just one-upped Mark Norman with his ass, which
of course. Well, there you go. There you go.
What does that mean?
I think at this point, he's just trying to annoy David for his own entertainment. Now, can this podcast get any more uncomfortable? It's approaching the end. David Cross is thinking of this episode as a write-off, maybe something they'll bank for the future to fill in an empty week, or maybe he'll pretend they lost the footage, so he's thinking, I might as well drop the N-word.
look at all these assumptions from the good rant. You know what? I would never put myself in putting assumptions on there. I think assumptions are loser thoughts, right? Why are you? I mean, come on, man. Like, why are you assuming this shit? You don't even know yourself. Like, what's the purpose of you assuming, other than getting other people to try to think about what you're thinking about, and then probably also, sort of making a narrative there, right? I wouldn't want to do that. Like, all you see right now is what you see right now, and you don't know more than that you know about. You only know the base level of what's happening right now, right? Which is like, I mean, David Cross is trying to sort of match the energy, right? I think Mark Norman came in with a fucking energy that sort of got David Cross. He put him a little bit off guard from it, right? How free and open he was, and then I think he hit him back. Obviously hit him back with that tremendous fart there to try to catch up with the vibe, right? But it's also like, it's still sort of like, I guess, because David Cross is like, he's the more veteran comedian, and he's trying to sort of teach the younger guy, who is Mark Norman, of what is really funny, what makes things funny. And I think that's sort of the spin that David Cross is trying to make there.